I don't really care for TikTok. I don't really use it. Like, it's been months since I've actually uploaded anything on there or even attempted to figure out that platform. It's just not my thing. The whole TikTok ban is really concerning to me because while I don't have an opinion on whether it's good for, good for people or bad for people, like, I don't really care about any of that. What I really care about is the fact that I guess the government having this type of power over something like an app like this, because I personally think it's a slippery slope. Like, it's TikTok today, but what happens when they decide another platform, app, website or something isn't to their liking and they decide, hey, we should take control of that or we should ban that or get rid of it? I don't really like the thought of the idea of them having that amount of power. Like, we could all wake up tomorrow and find out they decide that, I don't know, maybe they don't like Twitch, or maybe they don't like YouTube. It's like, I know those are extreme examples and it's not necessarily the same thing because it's not like a Chinese owned, app or whatever, but it's still very concerning that they're even trying to attempt something like this. And maybe I'm just a conspiracy theorist or something, but honestly, I feel like when it comes to the government or the Congress, when it comes to this type of thing, if you give them an inch, they will absolutely try to take an entire mile. Now, I have no idea how this is going to shake out, considering I believe the owner of TikTok they said they're going to actually try to fight this because they feel like they're in their rights. And I feel like they are. I don't think we've ever had a situation, at least to my knowledge, where, the American government was like, if you don't sell us your company, then we're going to ban you. That seems a little like something seems off about that. And maybe there's no way I'm the only one who feels this way. Also, I feel like the biggest reason why the US government is trying to get away with this is because TikTok is essentially a platform they have no control over. They can't, essentially, I hate using the word censor because it's so played out considering how people use it for everything these days, but they can't censor it or adjust it to their own liking. They can't, suppress certain messages from being sent from different places. So I think that's the real reason why they're so obsessed with getting rid of it. And I feel like a lot of people are being like super dismissive of the entire situation because they personally feel like TikTok is bad for people, it's bad for the youth, blah, blah, blah. But I think it really is deeper than that, and people should be paying attention to this, especially when it comes to this type of thing, because the government has already tried to pass things like the whole net neutrality thing. They've tried that multiple times. Again, I think it's a very slippery slope and people should be a little more concerned and less dismissive because of their personal beliefs or personal interests when it comes to TikTok, whether they like it or hate it. Also, I do feel bad for the people who have created their career, their content career on TikTok and made a career out of that. Like, I feel bad for them because it's a possibility that it just literally go away tomorrow or whenever this entire situation resolves itself. There's a very real possibility of that happening. And of course, any content creator that's worth their salt will tell you that you really shouldn't put all your eggs in one basket, whether that's TikTok, Twitch, or YouTube. You should definitely be branching out as soon as you're able to. And you hear content creators say all the time, your favorite platform that you're using could go away tomorrow. And I think this is one of the first, or not even the first, but probably the biggest example of it actually happening. The last thing I could think of, or the last time something similar where a big platform went away that people were using, I feel like was probably Mixer. Obviously they didn't get banned by the government, but it's the same idea of if you put all your your focus on one platform and then the next day, hey, by the way, we're shutting down, don't know what to tell you, too bad. Like I said, I'm going to be keeping my eye on this whole thing, and that's all I really had to say on this situation.